Welcome back to another episode. And today, or this episode, will go over what is GHK-Cu copper peptide. So let's get started. So, what is GHK-Cu copper peptide? It is a naturally occurring copper peptide behind this conversation. So, we're going to get to it as to what that is. So GHK-Cu stand for three natural occurring amino acids, glycine, histamine, and lysine. These are the basic building blocks that make up protein in the body. Cu is the chemical compound symbol for copper, a trace mineral your body already uses. And together, these elements form a GHK-Cu, a small peptide your body produce naturally, not something manufactured or foreign. Now, don't get panicked. This is not a science class, so you don't have to remember what it stands for: glycine, histamine, lysine, and copper. Until today, I just say GHK-Cu copper peptide. If they need to know more, then you can talk about it more. But most people would just use the word GHK-Cu copper peptide. So this was discovered by Dr. Laurent Picard in 1970, and it was an expected observation while studying blood plasma. He noticed that the plasma formed younger object appears to help other older tissue sample heal more effectively in the laboratory study. So curiously, he continued to with the research and eventually identifying the copper peptide that is responsible for that younger uh, a, turning the old cell into a younger cell. So that is GHK-Cu. And so what began as accidental observation launched decades of scientific interest. And it's not something that it's been something that's studied for years but is playing an important role in the most recent years. So if you're familiar with peptide, you are hearing a lot about lots of peptide out there right now. And the peptide that you hear a lot too is GHK-Cu copper peptide. And the distinguish between those peptide is those are outside. Those are external by injection or by inhale or by tropical. And again, this is what make our LifeWave X39 different, but it is based on this GHK-Cu copper peptide. That's why we are going over what it is right now. So 1973 is when it was observed, when the observation started. So, between the 1970 and 80, that's when it was identified. And decades of study, and we are now have more understanding as to what this GHK-Cu copper peptide how it play an important role for our body aging. So why has GHK-Cu been studied so much? And again, because it's play a role in several natural biological process. So scientific interest has center on the following area: the skin health, anti-aging, reverse aging, the collagen support, tissue maintenance, antioxidant activities, and healthy aging researches. So what happened as we age? Our natural level of GHK-Cu are highest in when we were young and gradually decline throughout adulthood as we get older. Researchers believe that this decline may be one contributing factor in how the body changes over time or how we age. And this is about nothing going wrong. It's simply a natural biological pattern that scientific has observed and continue to study. So this is kind of a graph to progressively as you see how GHK-Cu level decline with age. By the age of 35, the GHK-Cu copper peptide dropped by about 50%. No, by 30%. And then by the age of 60, on up, it dropped by 90%. So as you can see, it kind of go with our biological aging and also how your body progressively aging faster and declines and recovery and looking and the skin and everything else that come along with that as well. So why did LifeWave become interested in GHK-Cu copper peptide? So LifeWave took this particular interest in the molecule on this peptide because it's naturally produced in our body. So it's closely associated with the useful biological functions. So rather than introducing something foreign, which is not the mission or the core of our products, research focused on this peptide that body already knows and use. So this naturally connects. This connection become natural part of the thinking that eventually shaped the development of X39. So a topic that we already explored in chapter earlier. So right, it is a natural occur in our body. It took decades of research, and therefore it inspired the birth of X39. So why does this matter? GHK-Cu is naturally produced in our body. It declines with age. It's proven. I mean, it's a fact that we see, and it's been extensively researched since 1970, more so in the last decade. And so it is the central understanding of how X39 works. So again, key takeaways. GHK-Cu is natural and produced in our body. It's a copper peptide made of 3 amino acid and copper. Don't worry, I'm not going to quiz you on that. And natural levels of this peptide decline gradually with age. And it's been scientifically researched for years, right? And it become one of the hot topic now, and it is a key peptide behind X39 research. So coming up next, you're going to see what happened to, actually, we might change that. Yeah, we'll go to that. What happened to stem cell as we age? Now that you understand the key role of GHK-Cu. So the next biological question is going to be, well, how is this playing the stem cell and how does stem cells age? That is going to be the conversation in episode 4. So I'll see you on the next one. Did I not hear?